What up, guys? This is Casey is Raw again, and today, this is my review and opinion of the first episode of the fourth season of Dark Side of the Ring. Of the first episode is of Sunny and Chris Candido. It was a good episode. I felt like they kind of fast forward through a lot of it, quite frankly. I think what they could have done is made this a two-parter. You know, maybe first part could have been talking about maybe more about Chris Candido and his career all the way to his death. But honestly, they talked about the starting from Smoky Mountain Wrestling to the WWF, and then went from that to ECW. I don't even think they didn't even mention anything. I think didn't Sunny at one point went to WCW? I know Chris Candido didn't he? They didn't mention anything about that, but they kind of definitely made sure to talk about their WWF run a little bit. It was not the best version of the video, of the review. I mean, of the video they done. But like I said, they should have done two-parters and stretched it out a little bit, because after they talk about, they stretched it all the way where, Chris Candido was not really looking good. They were on the independent circuit, and, he gained a lot of weight. And then he was starting to get in shape for TNA. And during TNA, he did some wrestling, but he was more of the manager for the Naturals. And he had that injury to his broken ankle, and he shouldn't have flew, because when you go, he just had surgery done, and probably had some, it's just not good to go right after surgery, especially after a broken ankle, to go to on an airplane and take off. That's what really caused the blood clot. That caused him to get sick, and then the blood clot went to his heart for, I don't think they ruled it as a heart attack, but I know he died by a blood clot. But they didn't even talk about how TNA supposedly sent Sunny a ham instead of his last paycheck. They due to Sunny says that they skipped out on his paycheck instead of giving it to her, even though she probably wasn't his real wife. I don't know if they even gave that money to the family. At least the family should have got that money. Not just those, like, screw it, we're not going to pay this for no one. But that's TNA for you. They will stiff you on your pay. And, they just kind of fast forward right after that. They talk about, a lot of them were very upset. A lot of them had to take a break, talking about his death. And then they just kind of fast forward. They don't even mention anything about Sunny being inducted in the Hall of Fame. They did say a WWE Hall of Famer. They didn't say being inducted. But, and then obviously they list a bunch of the DUIs that she had, and then the big one when she had where she had the DUI manslaughter, a year or so ago. And honestly, I knew that was going to be part of it. And you knew with all these charges she's been running up, they were going to kind of talk about it, but they didn't really get into much of that. They just barely mentioned the DUI manslaughter. I mean, dude, I was listening actually to Something to Wrestle with Bruce Pritchard and Conrad Thompson, and I was listening about the Sunny episode, and I think that was actually better than Dark Side of the Ring. There was more information from that, and I was listening to that coming home. I was like, and Sunny admitted in her book that she, took drugs from Mexico, crossed the border into the country. So I'm like, to give it to the drugs to the guys that wanted the drugs. But I mean, it's a good episode. If you guys don't have Vice like I do on DirecTV, best thing to do, I like to watch it on YouTube, pay $2, and no, I have it. You could go on the website and you can watch it for free, but there's free passes and you only have so many free passes. If you use the app, you can link it to your cable, dish, whatever subscription you have. Then you can have more passes, but I just prefer be easy, wait a day or two. It'll be on YouTube for purchase. You can pay $2 for standard definition, or another $1 and pay for HD. So to me, it's worth the $2. But if I'm gonna suggest one or the other, I highly suggest listening to watch the episode, but go and listen to Something to Wrestle with Bruce Pritchard on the episode of Sunny. And I think that's more entertaining and more information than what Dark Side of the Ring did. But if I had to give a rating of this, I feel like they kind of, like I said, they fast forward through a lot of it. They could have done a lot better. Like I said, it could have been a two-parter. So, it was good, but it wasn't great. It wasn't bad. So, I give it a 6 out of 10. I was going to do 6.5, but I give it a 6 out of 10. There was way better episodes of Dark Side of the Ring. And I was kind of disappointed about this one, actually. So, that's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Reviewing Dark Side of the Ring. See you guys.